This is a pop-up live, was not scheduled. And here working a little bit as the daylight is up. The daylight has been up for a while now. And I am working on this super easy fall pumpkin runner. Look at that. It's super cute. It's from Villa Rosa. I bought this whole kit from the Ginger Quilter. I had bought this. I loved it. I actually I'm actually making 2 runners because I had some scraps, and what I did was I took those scraps and a little bit more of my scraps from my stash, and I am actually making 2 of these runners. So what have I been, where am I in this whole runner situation? You have to sew some strips, 5 strips together. That's to start the pumpkin. I have not ironed these yet. What I'm doing is basically sewing all of my pieces before I go in and iron, just because as you can see, I'm not in my regular environment. So I sewed up those, and I sewed up all the stem units. So those are all here ready to be pressed as well. I have put the diagonal lines on a pile of these squares. Good morning, Jody. To do the flip and stitch. This is kind of big. As you can see, I have Josefina out. Yesterday, first thing is first, I had downloaded a video of the yurt that we stayed in. We stayed in that overnight, and that was just spectacular. That we had never stayed in a yurt, and we had said this campground never has one available when we're here, and so we had said that we saw it, and so we went ahead and stayed overnight. It was spectacular. Then yesterday we went to the doctor's. Everything is fine in that front. So, she's gonna do what is recommended, and we'll go from there. Everything is, good as far as they're finding out things. Yeah, the yurt was so cool. It's weird when you have, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there with autoimmune, and you think it's one thing and then it ends up being another thing, and it's just it's like an ongoing thing. So we did that. Then we were already in that Boston area, so I had never been to Salem. So we actually went, just drove there, had no plans, made no plans. Hello. By Jody. Good morning. I'm watching you and Sean at the same time. I know. I thought he would be off by this time, and I didn't want, and then Donnell comes on, and I'm just going to be here for a short time. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Hi, Catherine. So we went. Of course, everything was sold out. Any attractions were sold out. Even to see the burial site or the cemetery, that was... Hello, Rhonda. That was sold out. The museum was sold out. It wasn't anything that was planned. Nothing here has been planned. Oh, sorry. Nothing has been planned so far. So we'll do it another time. We walked around. We saw a lot of witches. A lot of people dressed up as witches. Oh, we went into this emporium that was neat. It was soap, I think, lotions, candles, and a tea emporium. And I did get some tea. And that was a neat place. That place you walked into, and it was like you were back in time in this old house. And I did take some pictures of that. So that was like the highlight. Oh, and then when we walked, there was a store. And for those who know the designer Jennifer Long and her Little Witch fabric line, they had made dresses, shirts, and skirts out of Jennifer Long fabric. It was the purple it was like a purple background with the black hats and flowers. Oh, I fell in love with it. But nothing fit me. The shirt was too big and wobbly on the outside, and the dress was not fitting and flattering, but I just loved it. Looked beautiful on the mannequin. And so they had some, like, Halloween clothes, I guess, right? But that one was neat. I just loved to have seen. And that store was neat because when I went in there, they had other dresses of like fabric that I've quilted before with. So that was neat. It just now clicked. Yes. Yep. And so they just used her fabric line in clothes. They were made in the US, these clothes. They were expensive, but they were beautiful. How long does it take to sew? It could take years. It could take years. I'm still learning stuff. I've been sewing for 30 years and I'm still learning new things. So, anyone can turn on a sewing machine and start sewing. It just takes time to get to whatever it is you are trying to master. So yes, so we did that. We didn't stay too long because, my daughter has, she's so cute. She has a pink walker, and it's a fold-out walker, but that you can sit on if you get tired, and I could push her. And some of these shops definitely were not friendly to anyone who has any kind of disability or need. But, the store she wanted to go into, I offered to pick it up and bring it in the store. And she can walk. So it just helps her not put so much pressure on her legs. But no, she's a trooper. She folded it up. It's a kind of a lightweight one and just kind of went up the stairs, dragged it behind her. But it's amazing how people are just oblivious to someone that has a walker or wheelchair or anything. They just go right in front of you, like just cut you off, and they just don't give two bits of what your needs are or that you are like, yeah, it is actually very strange. I don't remember things being quite like that growing up, but it was now. A lot of times we were in the front to kind of make the pathway. It was a little busy. When I go, it'll be something that, again, we will go. It'll be something planned. We'll make reservations for things. And we're going to go when it's not Halloween, because those attractions are still there whether it's Halloween or not. And maybe there'll be less people. Yes, you can watch beginner YouTubes to learn. Yeah. Learn one skill at a time, then practice till you master the skill. Even the most experienced quilters will tell you they are still learning new things. Absolutely. Yes, some people don't care anymore. No, there's no respect. No. I felt bad because, it happened so many times to my daughter. And or people just sit there flat out because of her age, right? She's young, she's beautiful. They just sit there and stare. Like, just sit there and stare as if she was a part of the carnival attraction or whatnot. I don't know if they just didn't believe that at her age she would be using what most people see in nursing homes. I don't know what their problems were. But it was nice. We got her to her car. She went her way and we came back. I'm a guy of certain age, and I feel sewing is going to be my new hobby. I think you should take it up, Justice. I absolutely think you should take it up. It is so calming. It's a great hobby. It's just learning how to sew quilt. It's been a year. Learning how to sew and quilt. It's just been a year and 5 months. Yes, do it. And you don't need the fanciest things either, Justice. If you follow me often, you will see I sew on all different kinds of sewing machines. I have sewing machines that are thousands of dollars, and then I have sewing machines that I bought at thrift stores because I like to dabble in fixing old sewing machines now. So I've gotten free sewing machines and watched YouTube videos and taught myself how to even fix sewing machines. This here is a featherweight. It's a Centennial model of Singers. You can find these on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes for $300, $400, $500, depending on the condition they are in. I actually found this one here in an antique store. It wasn't working. Nothing was working about it, for $140. And I did take it to get rewired, which cost me about $90. And so, you know, and it works great. I travel with it everywhere. And yes, there are so many men that quilt, Joydy. Right now, it's blowing up. Go see the guy, Sean, the guy who sews. He's fantastic. Actually, he's on right now on his live. He sews. You have so many. Guy Meets World, right? Am I saying that right? There's so many out there. You have New York Beauty. He's also a quilter. You have Ian. Every place is a different price for these. This, you don't need this. This is just because I travel and because I just wanted something different. You know, I'll tell you the best one, believe it or not, better than this, is a 301. I found my 301 on Marketplace for $35. I know other people have found them in the Salvation Army working. But I will say, anything that you buy that's what we call an antique sewing machine needs to be serviced by someone who knows how to do it. Or you go on YouTube like I do and you learn to service it yourself. And there's wonderful websites out there, tons of them. They are, I mean, believe, if I can do it, and you can do it. I mean, very easy, very, very easy. You know, you just need to, before you run it, even though it's running, you need to grease and oil it. I serviced this machine myself. I did have it rewired by a professional, but I serviced the machine myself. It was very easy. There's a screw up here, you open it, there's gears, you stick some gear grease there, and then you put oils in all the little oil drops, and the same thing, the underneath just unscrews, and you do that as well. Yes, exactly. You don't need this. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart and get one for brand new. I think at Walmart, the brand new brother is like $89. But I'm telling you, just go, you can go and get like a machine, a Singer machine. I see those all the time. I just saw one at a thrift store the other day from like the 1980s, and they had it for $20 or $25. You do not have to invest a whole lot to start out. Used machines are for more experienced. Used machine oil. Good morning, Deb. You can find a lot of supplies at thrift stores and estate sales. You might have a craft thrift by you. You can buy a good starter, yep, at Walmart or Joann's, absolutely. I just love, I will say, I have a very expensive machine, and I love my baby lock. As you can see, I use it in most of my videos. But I am in love with these antique machines. There's just something about an antique machine to me. The stories that this machine probably can tell you if it could talk, right, over the years. I did get the story on this because I found it in an antique store that had vendors in it. And so it belongs to a lady, she's still alive, in her really late 90s, and she asked her kids to take it to the antique place, and she sewed costumes on this for years and years and years. And when the kids, I guess, are cleaning up the attic and stuff, they found it, and she said how it didn't work anymore, but that someone could use it as a showpiece or something. And actually, she had a very high price on it. I think it was $350, non-working. And I guess they had pulled it off the booth. And I go in and I say, hey, do you have any sewing machines? And she says, we did. We just pulled one out. Let me call the family and see if I can even show it to you. Good morning, Nikki. So the family, I've seen the handheld sewing machines. Okay. I don't know about the handheld sewing machines. I don't think those sew really well. But I could be wrong. Maybe out there someone knows. Anyway, so they called the family and they said, yeah, go ahead, show it, and let her know that we are negotiable about the price. I guess they had it in that antique market for a while. So I saw it, and it's missing actually the one thing that makes it valuable. So I don't think this is valuable. This machine would be considered valuable by a collector because it's missing the one thing, which is its badge. But it's okay. You know, I bought this because the history that I know about it, and because I just enjoy it, and it's old, beautiful machine that just needs a little love. So I had told them if they had the badge by any chance at home. They didn't. And so I told them what I was willing to pay, and or a roundabout. Like I said, it's really way too much for what they wanted. And the lady told them that I have a YouTube channel and that that I wasn't going to use it for decoration, that I was actually going to attempt to restore it and actually use it to sew with. And I guess the family and the mother, grandmother, whoever owned this, just loved the idea that it wasn't going to be a showpiece because they were selling it as like decor, and that I was actually going to try to resurrect it and use it. And so she quoted me a price, honestly, the price I told you, and I was thinking to myself, well, I would have spent a little bit more, but they just wanted it. They were going to take my word that I was going to actually try to get it working. And they knew that it was going to be expensive to get it to work. So, I mean, I love her. And I call her after my Grammy. So let's see. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Mona. Good morning, Yesenia. I agree. I love sewing with all my vintage singers. A lovely machine. Good morning, Melanie. There's a Goodwill thrift center in the town next to me. I love to go, wondering if they might have sewing machines there. Yeah, there might be. And Mona has got me into this, this like a Goodwill online situation where you can buy machines, but I think you have to pay the shipping, which may be expensive. But if you're looking for something, you can go specific, you can go there. It's Goodwill, but online. And I looked in there there's one machine. I looked in there for this one machine I'm looking for. And I peruse Marketplace and also antique stores. I'm looking for a black 301 long bed. And you know I have my Duchess, which is a tan 301 short bed. What does she say? I am never lucky enough to see any sewing machines in my thrift stores. You know what? They're not by mine either. I actually, the best, and I think it's just the area around here in Cape Cod, there just seems to be a lot more sewing machines, anything sewing. There's also lots of quilting going on here. Melanie, me neither. What? But then again, oh, do I really need another one? I know I say that every time when someone brings me one, but I can't say no. I have to get it working. One of them right now I just put aside because it's ticking me off, and I just need a break from from that one right now. But I did finally get the cams, which were like literally glued shut. Finally got them out, but I cannot get the discs to go back in. So that's a little bit of a situation. So I put it aside for right now. You can check shipping beforehand. Oh, how do I do that, Mona? I was wondering how I could do that. I saw so many quilted related items when I was in Oklahoma. My friend and I bought a bunch of stuff from an estate sale. Huge building, and I have to go over. Wow. Durham always has vintage, so I bought mine for, wow, that's really great. Yeah, I don't have that luck, but for when I'm looking for something specific. But I find it here sometimes. Good morning. Andrea says good morning. She has launched some new patterns on her website. So if you have not gone over to see what she's got new in her shop, go and visit her. I've been thinking to find some really good deals on Facebook. I'm so tempted, but I stopped myself. Oh, I do too. Okay, so here's what Mona says. Once you sign up, click on shipping, and it tells you, oh, okay, great, because I think there was one that I saw there, but it wasn't a black one. It was a different one. Currently, there's 3 machines on my bucket list. There's a white featherweight, a tan featherweight, and a black 301 long bed. Those would be machines that if I happen to find them at a good price to restore, I would like to do that. Then I got to stop myself because it's just too much. So this easy table runner, I showed you like the 5, oh, look at me, the 5 strips. This is the other. So there's different parts. There's the 5 strips that I showed you earlier. There's just the one big solid piece that you just stitch and flip the sides, and that's really it. Oh, I have, my stem pieces. And then in the pattern, it tells you what to cut the big pieces so that they all line up together. And here's the pattern. That's what I'm working on. I want a 301 also. What I only had one with very high shipping, so now I get estimates every time now. Yes, exactly, because it could be expensive. So Catherine wants to know, Joy, and I don't know exactly because I looked it up on your live or someone's, I think you were on the live, and you were showing us the machine, and I don't remember exactly where I went, but now when I hit Goodwill, it comes up on my history. What is the highest price you will pay for a 391? I don't know. What's a 391 or a 301? I paid $35 for mine. But the black long bed ones, I don't know, depending on the condition. Really? It really boils down to the condition. There's 2 I'm eyeing right now that are $400 each in this area. Yeah, 301. But I may break down. Really, I would prefer to find it a lot lower in price and fix it myself just because I enjoy fixing. You know, fixing these machines. I don't know, it just brings me joy. So I don't necessarily, I guess I'm looking for a broken down one versus one that's in great shape. Now I've got, I don't know, this piece here, I've got some kind of weird black oil on there. There's a tan one for sale here for 100, but handle is bent, so I passed. Oh, this handle here? You mean on a featherweight? Katie put a link on her community tab for a contest for, I believe it was yes, I entered that. I did see that, but I'm trying to curb myself from any spending right now because they also sent me featherweight, like if you buy this much, you get to do that, and if you buy this, I'm trying to save money for when I go to the International Quilt Festival, because there's always something I see that I may want. So anyway, I am with bent handle. That's this, right? Is that what we're talking about? or this handle? Oh, wait, what handle? I'm confused. I don't have a handle on this. Are you talking about a 301? Oh, 301 with a bent handle. Gotcha. Well, you know what? Around here, there are a ton of them that are tan for under $100. Uh, in here, there's like our Facebook Marketplace is overrun with tan 301s. Some are like 200, but there are some that are 85. There was some that are 45. I have a 401A, but my daughter broke off the spool pins. So I have two 401As. The one 401A is where the cams were cemented together. I finally got them all loose, but I'm having a problem putting it back together. I think there's something bent in there, which is probably why it wasn't working. But I can't be mad. They were given to me. And those spool pins I bought, they didn't have any spool pins either. So I bought spool pins on Amazon, but they don't go in smoothly. And so what they say is you have to kind of file them, stick a little glue, and then put them in. I haven't done it yet, but I have the spools. Wow, I lost that chat. I lost the chat. A retail store, Goodwill. I think, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's not a Goodwill like the store. I think it's like a Goodwill online, an online Goodwill. So I'm gonna move this, so what are we all working on? At 10 o'clock, Donnell is having some kind of sale, so I'm definitely gonna be off of that. I'm gonna move this. I can't get the broken plastic out of the machine. Oh, so my honey, oh, I want to get 301 painted turquoise. That'd be great. My honey found my 301 for $100 in perfect condition. It seems like it was hardly used, and I got lucky. I'm sleeping in today. So Mona, with the spool I see what you're saying. It broke off, so the plastic is still in that specific spot. So my honey says you can get a really, because one of my spools are like that. He's going to get a really thin drill head, not a heavy duty drill, like his lighter drill, I don't know. And he's gonna try to go in there and kind of slowly, like try to bore out the plastic. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. 327, and it's turquoise. Yes. So I don't need any more machines, but my honey seems to think that I need a mint or a turquoise singer in my life. And I think Mona, with her unboxing, which is hysterical. You have to go check out Mona's channel, where she's trying to open her Goodwill, her Goodwill box. The sewing machine, isn't it turquoise or mint? It's something like that. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's what we're doing, Mona, with it. But yeah, he loves those. Good morning, Norma. So Norma, I think, right, you just finally got electric. She was affected. So many people are affected. That box almost killed me. Yes, I know. But boy, did they package that really well. They really did package that well. My honey yesterday, you know, I had to do the whole thing with getting ready so that I can meet up with her. So my honey went fishing, and he has not had luck at all. I just got up. I live in Idaho. Oh, okay. What was I saying? Oh, so he went striper fishing, and he got a striper, and he was so excited because all summer long when we came here, he didn't get anything. There was like no fish around. Now there's so many fish around here. Like, it is popping. So if you have a honey, or if you yourself fish and you are near the Cape Cod right now, yeah, or you want to drive to Cape Cod, now is the time because the fish are out. So he was happy. We were, we are cold. This is the first time we've ever camped. I can't stay with my daughter because she has so many pets. She has a dog and 2 cats, and I'm highly allergic to all those things. And to have that many, I could probably do it if she had one, but she has a lot. So it's really expensive to stay, around here, and especially where she lives. She lives right outside of Boston. Extremely expensive. So, and I stay with my girlfriend who, when I have to do doctor's appointments in the winter, and, well, actually, I stay with her for most of the time, except for the summer. And she was away, and, we like camping, but it's cold. I'm not gonna lie, this is how I sleep. I sleep like this, and then I make sure, so yeah, I probably am afraid. I sleep like this. My poor nose is ice cold, and it's actually pretty comical what's going on right now. The yurt was nice to stay in, but we didn't get that. We couldn't get it for our stay here. Plus, I thought I was going to go home and then come back and drive. And like my honey said, that's way too much driving. We're here already. So, we got a tent site after, and it was a little chilly. In the yurt, we had at least a little heater because there's electric in the yurts. Does anyone know where I can get the clear mesh stuff that make project bags? I need to make some oversized project bags. I am not a bag maker, but maybe Mona will know. I think I know what you're talking about, but I thought they were always white, so maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Fat Quarter Shop has it too. Amazon has it. It's called, what is called Mona? No, Mona. Mona did what? Her channel. Mona did what is on the chat, Andrea. Mesh or vinyl? I think she said mesh. Is what she's looking for, clear mesh. So if you're doing this, I am pressing my seams. The pattern doesn't tell you, so I just press my seams out on those flipping stitches because it's not going to affect, at least I don't think it's going to affect how I'm going to put it together. I don't think anything is touching that needs to be matched up here. Let me see. Yeah, there's no matching. This is great. There's like no matching of seams. I'll let you know if there is. I think it doesn't look like there is. And then in here, you see I pressed inside. I probably should have pressed this inside now that I think about it. I pressed it out, but maybe I should press it in so I don't get the shadowing. You know what? I'm going to change these. Since it doesn't matter how I press, then I don't get that shadowing. I made, sometimes you can't help it and you get that shadowing. And I don't know if you know what I mean by shadowing. Sometimes the white peeks through the other white fabric, just for our newbies. And this way the white is regular. Lynn was selling the smaller, I've never seen clear mesh either. Yeah, turquoise, gray, and black. But I'm not a bag maker. My daughter's a bag maker. I don't know. I made 2 bags my whole entire life. Lynn was selling the smaller ones in her store for a while, but I do not think she has them anymore. The one with no holes is clear vinyl. Oh, thank you. I will look. When my son was living, God rest his soul. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nikki. I'd bring him a little space heater and run an extension cord from the electric post. Yeah, there's no, this is the only electricity. When you're tent camping, the only electricity here is underneath this pavilion. Unless you have the yurt. The yurt, you have water, you have electric, and you have that beautiful, the top where it's this glass bubble that at night, it's really spectacular. It was definitely worth the money to at least experience it once. Well, actually, my honey wants to experience it every time. And when I ask them how to reserve it, they're like, oh, good luck on that. They say once the window opens for them in the summer, people are on it. There I am. This happens every time my phone rings and I don't know. Walmart used to have clear vinyl. By Annie has a lot of mesh. Hobby Lobby sells clear vinyl, but I never saw mesh there. Oh, and I guess Sheila has bought it at Joann's. Well, it is 9:59, and Donnell is going to go live with her sale, and that actually was my daughter calling me. She's meeting up with me today because we didn't get really much time yesterday. So, anyway, yes, that is yeah, exactly. So, everyone oh, and my honey just rolled in. He's right over there. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Don't forget, pass it forward, just with a nice smile if you see someone. And please like, subscribe, share my channel. And if you wouldn't mind on your way out, if you could hit that thumbs up button, I would really, really appreciate it. And go visit Deb as the Pug Mama Quilter. Mona did what? I'm sure I'm missing other people that are on here who are channels. Oh, Janice, The Right Way. Go visit her. I saw her today. And Mama J. Take care. Bye.